What is up, Gamer Army? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Psycho Gamer. Today we are going to be looking at some information that was possibly leaked about a lot of games on the horizon by Arcade1up. We're going to look at a leaked list and some pictures that were possibly leaked as well. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe, turn on those post notifications. We are going to be right back with a lot of information pre-E3 information. Stay tuned. All right, like I said, guys, welcome back again. Like I said, we are going to look over a list of games that has actually been released by a reputable site called Randy's Record Shop, or randysrecords.com. Now, I'm only really going to be able to show you the list and some pictures of screenshots that were taken from it earlier, because when you click all these links on this website, unfortunately, they have all been pulled down. So we're going to switch over to my computer. Now, I know I'm not the only person making these videos, but I figure for my fan base, for the people that are subscribed to me, I really wanted to do a nice video for you guys so you can at least see some of this stuff that we're talking about here. Now we're looking at a list for randysrecords.com. So again, like I mentioned, this particular list was kind of leaked out. Somebody mentioned they've had it since March, so I'm not really so sure about that one. But this is going to show you a lot of stuff that was announced but not announced. So we're going to start at the top and we're going to kind of work our way down. There was actually more than this, but again, the links have all been pulled off of their actual website to go and look at the information. So first thing, Capcom Legacy Stool. So that's going to be for your Capcom Legacy cabinet. You have a Marvel vs. Capcom head-to-head gaming table with light-up decks. Now, I think that's actually a pretty interesting table that we could be really looking forward to. I know that they don't have a gigantic selection of head-to-head tables. I think the last big one that they released was the Miss Pac-Man head-to-head table. So you guys can keep your eyes out for that. You got the Pong head-to-head. And then you have some of these new machines that they are talking about having. They got these Arcade1up Juniors with a stool assembled here. They got a Paw Patrol one. Not sure about that one. You got a Projectorcade. That is a new named or newly unannounced item directly from Arcade1up. You have Pac-Man Arcade1up Junior with a stool. So they got kind of these small ones. They got a couple pictures so you guys can probably see an example of one of these machines next to, I guess you could say, a child. You have the 24-inch Infinity Game Table and the 32-inch Infinity Game Table, which is really no big shock. We already knew that that's coming. We just really didn't have a release date. Now, these release dates on this website, I don't know how true these are going to be. Most likely these are tentative kind of release dates here. You got the Spider-Man Arcade1up Junior with a stool. Disney Princess Arcade1up Junior with a stool. So they are looking at catering towards kids, probably trying to get these out before the holidays so that parents and grandparents could have some semi-inexpensive arcade machines. So probably be like $100 or $200 for some of these things for their grandchildren, nieces, nephews, and so forth. You have another Pac-Man head-to-head gaming table with light-up decks. You have a Mortal Kombat Midway head-to-head game table as well, which is kind of cool. I'm not sure how that would really work too well. I know there's a lot of games that do work pretty good with the head-to-head, but some fighting games, I don't know how well that's going to work. I guess maybe just have two screens in one, so they're not looking at the same screen, I guess. You have Killer Instinct. Obviously, we knew that one was coming. Now, I did a video on the Simpsons 4-player machine pretty recently. So a lot of people are really looking for Simpsons. Now, they want to have that look. They want to have that feel. I think that they could possibly have a really good cabinet if they base it off of Arcade1up's 4-player cabinets that are currently on the market, much like the Ninja Turtle one behind me, much like Gauntlet, and and other machines such as that. You have your X-Men 4-player with the light-up marquee. Now, one thing that kind of has me looking at this is you have the Simpsons 4-player with riser and marquee. It doesn't say it's a light-up marquee, so hopefully that's just a typo, and they just maybe put a little extra information with the X-Men 4-player. You have a 2-player Pong. You have an NBA Jam 2-player instead of the 4-player like you're going to find in the stores right now with marquee. And they got a couple other things here too. Deck protector. I'm not sure what the head thing is they're talking about there. You got Mortal Kombat 2-player with marquee as well. You have another Ninja Turtle one coming out. So that's one thing that I brought up. Are they going to re-release the Ninja Turtle cabinet? Wouldn't it be nice to release it maybe with a couple of extra games as opposed to only 2 games like the Ninja Turtle one behind me? You have the Marvel Superheroes 2-player with marquee. This is a big one right here. Track and Field. Track and Field is a game that was released on the original Nintendo. I think they did actually have an arcade machine of it as well, if I'm not mistaken. I do believe I saw pictures of that floating around on the internet. I never played it in the arcade. I'm vaguely familiar that I know it just basically has buttons for you actually to smack around. You have the Street Fighter II Big Blue, the riser, and exclusive stool. Now, I just did my last video on the Street Fighter Big Blue cabinet. So I think it is an ugly cabinet, but I think for some people it will appeal to them a little bit. A little bit. You have Tron. How many videos have I made, guys, where Tron is one of the top games a lot of people really want to get? Is it the best game in the world? No, it is not the best game in the world. It is a fun game. It is a unique game. And if they can create it like it should be, it would really stand out for people's home arcade systems. We do possibly have a picture or two of that one, so kind of keep that in mind here. And Turtles in Time. Now, that's another one. So there's, if you notice, there are 2 Ninja Turtle games. There's one cabinet, 4 players with 2 Ninja Turtle games on them. What does that mean? Are they going to just release 2-player versions of these games, which I think would be kind of a waste? But what games could they release on these Ninja Turtle cabinets that are not just Ninja Turtle games? Because there's not too many that they really can put out there now. I did do that video with the new Ninja Turtle game that is being released on the Switch or has been released on the Switch. I think that would be an amazing game that they could put on there that is a direct sequel to these particular games. Now, some of these other ones, these are just some other ones. Now, unfortunately, when you click on page 2, there was some stuff that was on there, but when you click on it now, a lot of that is kind of gone. See, when you click page 2, all the Arcade1up stuff is unfortunately gone. Now, they still have them here, but when you click on them, like I said, it's 404 error. They deleted all the information. But fret not, my friends. We have pictures showing prices. Prices are always nice. So this is on the actual Facebook page, the official Arcade1up fan page. Now, these are posted by Keith Wayne Myers. Thankfully, he posted them earlier on today or yesterday, and we're able to take a look at these. So you got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle 2-player with marquee, and they're looking at $179.99. It's not bad. Now, CC, I'm assuming that's a countercade, especially at that price point right there. So if I didn't say the CC, I wasn't 100% sure what it is, but I'm assuming that's a countercade based off the prices. You have the Mortal Kombat 2-player countercade, NBA Jam 2-player countercade, Marvel Superheroes 2-player countercade. Now, I think it's really cool that they do have a lot of these new countercades on the horizon. Would you guys rather get a countercade as opposed to one of the big 3-quarter cabinets? I think for a lot of people, if you're in, say, an apartment I think they would be a little easier to move around if you needed to move. You got your Pong 2-player countercade. And then you have your Simpsons 4-player with the riser marquee for $5.99. Now, just by looking at the picture that was leaked out there, it looks like this is going to be a little bit bigger cabinet than what we are typically used to for Arcade1up. Yes, it's going to be a 4-player. Is it going to be a bigger screen? I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. I mean, it depends on really looking at the price right here. Could that have to do with the price of wood kind of going up? I mean, that could be a possibility. You have Track and Field for $4.99. You have Killer Instinct for $5.99. I don't know if these prices are going to be final. I don't know if these are actually even going to be real. But Killer Instinct Wi-Fi enabled, we already knew that was coming out. But we were all assuming that it was going to be more of a $4.99 or maybe even a $3.99 kind of price point. So are they going to release a couple variations of this like they did the Marvel vs. Capcom and X-Men vs. Street Fighter? I mean, that's always a possibility, especially Arcade1up where they want to have different SKUs and have people go out there and find different items. You have the X-Men 4-player, which is looking like it's going to be $5.99 as well. Tron, $4.99. I could kind of see that, especially when they're going to have the unique dial and the joystick for this particular game as well. Street Fighter 2 Big Blue, $4.99. Overpriced if you ask me for that particular one. Turtles in Time for $5.99 with riser, marquee, and deck protector. I do like that they had the games priced at $449 and $500. I'm not sure. I know people are still going to want to rush out and get some of these cabinets, but I think a lot of these are going to go into a clearance bin within just a few months, like a lot of you guys are catching at your local Walmarts. That reminds me, make sure you are checking your Walmarts, guys. There's guys who are getting some of these cabinets for $100 to $200 that have been going for $400 and $500. So make sure you check out your local Walmarts and some of the other places that sell them. The 24-inch Infinity Game Table, $600. Projectorcade with Pac-Man deck for $3.99. We haven't seen anything on that. This is the first time I've ever heard of a Projectorcade. 32-inch screen Infinity Game Table for $7.99. These are your typical retail prices they've been posting around. Pac-Man Arcade1up Jr. with a stool, $179.99. What would be a better gift for a child for the holidays than their own small personalized Arcade1up cabinet? Paw Patrol, definitely catering to the kids. Spider-Man Arcade1up Jr., another great one for kids. Now, I might go a little farther because I don't know where these pictures end. Disney Princess Arcade1up Jr., Marvel vs. Capcom head-to-head gaming table with light-up decks. Now, I think that's going to be a really big seller if they can get enough of them out for the holidays, if they actually get it out by then. $499.99. That's about on par with a lot of the other ones that are out there like that. $500 for the Mortal Kombat Midway head-to-head. Same with the Pac-Man. Same with Pong. Hopefully they put more than just Pong on that machine. Hopefully they have maybe Super Breakout. That would be kind of cool. Miss Pac-Man head-to-head. And that's pretty much it. Now, the next pictures we're going to go into are some other pictures of some of the cabinets that were leaked. Obviously, we have this one. I posted this the other day with the video that I did. Again, I'm not feeling it. It looks like it's too thin and very cramped. Tron. Now, if they actually have this look like the actual cabinet itself, I think that would be really, really cool, especially if they have the lighting right there. Imagine having that. That would stand out in your home arcades, which is just amazing. I think I would love to have that just based off the looks of it. But if you look, you got Tron and you have discs of Tron. So I think those two games would be awesome. So this is a picture of the Pac-Man Jr. that many of us have been seeing in the early goings on of my video and around some of the other websites. I'm not sure how old this kid is. This kid could be 5 or 6, but you notice how small the cabinet is? I think this would be a great entry-level arcade cabinet for a kid. I'm assuming that this is going to be all plastic. I have no doubts about that. But they have it where it looks like it's an arcade. It could be like a little piggy bank for a kid as well, which would be cool. This is the new 40th anniversary Miss Pac-Man cabinet that they're looking at. But I'm seeing Wi-Fi right there as well. So I kind of like the looks of this. It flows a little better rather than having that cheap bootleg coin tray in there. I mean, it's just, I don't know. The little plastic coin, I don't know. I prefer this though. The look, it gives you that true retro feel. Down to the art, down to the wood grain sides, even on the base. What other games are they going to put in this? I'm sure they're going to put probably Pac-Man and Pac-Man Jr. and, you know, any of the 20 billion Pac-Man games that are out there. This is also, it's kind of blurry, but this is the actual Simpsons cabinet that was leaked out a couple weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, which looks like it's going to have Wi-Fi play. I think somebody said that one of the games that they could possibly have on there would be Simpsons Bowling. And then this, I don't know if this is a legitimate picture, but it looks like it could be a stool for the Simpsons arcade cabinet. So, what do you guys think? There are some amazing games that we've been screaming for a while. It looks like they're actually going to be getting. So, I do hope that these games are legitimate, or at least a majority of them. I think the junior cabinets could be big sellers and great toys for kids. But make sure you hit like and subscribe and post down below, guys. What do you think? Which one of these do you feel that you are most excited to see? Which ones am I excited to see myself? It's kind of hard to say. There's just so many of them. I think Tron is probably the biggest surprise that many of us have been looking for, because this is just another crazy one that they're going to release that we want to see. So I appreciate each of you guys coming out and watching my videos as always. And next time I hopefully have some more good information. Like I said, E3 is right around the corner. So we'll see what kind of stuff that they're actually going to officially announce. Game on.